Evening, people. How you guys doing? I hope you're doing fantastic. I am doing excellent. Yeah, I've had a beautiful week, busy week. A lot of things are happening in Kenya, in the world, and it's extremely interesting to listen to information, to hear what people are saying, and to just gain knowledge on really what's happening in the world and here in Kenya. So if you feel like it, drop a comment below and tell me how you've been. Tell me how your week has been. Tell me what you are up to if you want to, Also, you can comment on the things that I'm going to talk about. This is a story time. Because, I feel a bit triggered. And I want to talk about a few issues. I want to talk about politics. I want to talk about the war taking place in Ukraine and Russia. I want to talk about Jordan B Peterson and his philosophies. And I want to talk about life in general. Okay, so let's get into it. So let's start with politics. Kenya, we are having our elections this year in a few months. I don't know whether you guys are prepared. I don't know whether you guys are voting. I don't know where your mind is at, who you're voting for, why you're voting for the person you're voting for. What do you expect from them? How are you saying farewell to the government that's going out now? The president that's going out, do you think that he has made progress? Do you think that he has caused the country to regress? I don't know. Tell me what you think. But I think this whole video is about knowledge, gaining knowledge, informing yourself, being abreast, and making informed decisions in life. Okay, so like politically, what informs your political decision? What informs your voting decision? Is it informed by your parents, your tribe? Is it informed by political propaganda on the social media? What is it informed by? Okay, because at the end of the day, your decision is going to affect you, me, and the whole country. It's going to affect our businesses, it's going to affect our churches, it's going to affect our families, it's going to affect our economy at the end of the day. So what political moves are you making? And for the people who are up there, should I call them the big dogs, or is that even right? The big players in the political arena right now are Ruto and Raila, and these are people who've been there. They've been in the political scene for quite a while. So even as we are basing our decision on who to choose, not saying that they're the only options, but they surely seem to be like the very major probable options. As you are trying to choose, trying to consider who to choose, what do you know about their political history? What do you know about them spiritually? As a believer, do you care about their spiritual stance? Do you care about the things that they have propagated in the past? Do you care about their political statements, their mindsets, their families, what they stand for, what they believe in, what they confess? Just who they are in general, who they have been as politicians before, what they have done for the people, Because as Kenyans, we know they come with the same visions and objectives. We will do this for you, we will do this for you, we will do this for you. We will build schools for you. Is that the same thing they're doing now? Or has it progressed? Because we need something different. We need to hear something different. We need leaders who care for the people, not just for their pockets, not for the fame, not for just the good of themselves or the good of their people. Because at the end of the day, Kenya doesn't belong to just one tribe. Kenya belongs to all of us, all the tribes that live in Kenya. So who is the best leader for everyone else? Who I think I'm done with politics. But even as you're going out to vote, I would urge everyone to vote, because whether you vote or not, the leaders who will be chosen will affect you. So you better vote. You better vote. And when you're facing the consequences of your vote, at least you know that you voted. There's nothing as bad as suffering a consequence for something you never did. Okay, so when you vote, at least I feel like if you don't vote, you don't necessarily have a say on what the politicians do afterwards. Of course you have a say, because Kenya is a free nation and you can say whatever you want to say, but at the end of the day, your loudest voice is your vote. So if you didn't vote, your mamas and your whispers don't really matter. Okay, so use your loudest voice, which is your vote, to speak and to give your opinion. Okay, so let's go to the war in Ukraine. And it's just interesting. Oh gosh, I'm laughing, but people are dying. Okay, that's not nice at all. But it's interesting to listen to Russia's history, Ukraine's history, what's taking place, the role that the US is playing in other countries, the way that Russia has started to be alienated. Their currency has fallen, and so things like that, interesting things like that. As we're praying for them, it's good to just make the right choices, even for our country. Inform yourself about Russia, inform yourself about Ukraine before you make a comment. Before you say Russia, is the one which is being attacked, or Ukraine is the one which is being attacked, gain some background knowledge before you comment or speak on that. And I think my thing is just make informed decisions, make informed comments, make informed decisions in terms of actions. There's something I've seen today, and do you think that if someone asks you a question, that in a way, what's the right word to use? If someone asks you a question that questions your decision, should you get defensive, or should you think about it? Because I'll give an example of what I've done today. I have seen a pop-up on my YouTube channel, not my YouTube channel, my YouTube page. Is it page? Whatever. Yeah. So the pop-up was the What Jesus family, and it was merely dressed like Rihanna. I found that interesting for so many reasons, but that's besides the point. So I went to the comments and I asked them, do you understand the spiritual significance of Rihanna's sense of style or dress, or are you doing it just for fun? Because even spiritually, there are a lot of things that are done which have a lot of spiritual significance, and uninformed people will make the same choices because they've seen someone else make the same choices, but the someone else the other person who made that choice made an informed choice, but for you, you're making a choice that is not informed. So be very careful what forms your thinking and decision process, because you need to understand whether that works for you. Is dressing like Rihanna something that will work for a Christian woman, a Christian pregnant woman, spiritually? That's just a question. I don't know. Have they done their background information to see what Rihanna believes in, what she stands for, even spiritually, where she comes from, what she supports, even just like a little bit before they decide to do something like that? Because at the end of the day, the decisions that we make in life will affect us regardless of whether you knew or not. And that's why even in the law it says that ignorance is no defense. So if you face the consequences of a decision that you made ignorantly, well, that's your problem. And that's why the Bible also says that my people perish due to lack of knowledge. And because they have rejected knowledge, I will also reject them. I know that's from the Old Testament, but it's a warning that you should try your best to gain knowledge and make informed decisions, at least to a very great extent. Something else I wanted to speak about was on B Peterson. No, Jordan P. Peterson or whatever. Jordan Peterson Johnson. Jordan, sorry, not Johnson. Jordan. I love his philosophies. I love his thinking because it's extremely liberating. And he's saying that, what's that word? Okay, I can't find. What's the word? I leave it somewhere here. But it's about equality. And we know that from the 1960s, at least from the West, it started in the West, then it came to Africa. But feminism, started around about that time, and women have been pushing for equality. So I love Dr. Peterson's arguments, and he argues that if women are given equal opportunities, they will still choose what comes naturally to women. And one example he gave was that men care more about things and women care more about people. So a natural man who has grown up in this society that we live in, and there's equality and equal opportunities, everything, they've been exposed to everything, they will still choose things. So they will choose a career like civil engineering because they are into roads, they are into things. Whereas a woman who's been given equal opportunities and what have you will naturally tend to go to a career like nursing or teaching. Why? Because women care more about people, and that's just an intrinsic psychological attribute of women. So that's very interesting that he thought about it that way, because I've always known that I'm not into things, and I'm not into manly things, and I've chosen to do my own things. I'm not into going to work 9 to 5, hustling, going hard at things. It's not me. If I had an option, honestly, like in the perfect world, what I would love to do, I would love to be a wife, I would love to be a mother, I would love to be there for my children, like actively present in their lives on a daily basis. And I would love to talk, and I would love to minister, but I would really love to be at home. And I know that to a great extent I am very domestic. But the notion that women can do what men do is forcing women, especially women who've been raised by feminists, to feel like they have to do what men do, and they end up being disappointed, and also they are, what's the right word? Basically disappointed, and they just don't love what they do. And there's another video I was listening to a woman who was a lawyer, and she was doing what she needs to do. She was doing the most, and after a while she decided to quit, because what she really wanted was just to chill somewhere near a beach and to just have a chill, relaxed life, and get into arts and do her own thing. And what equality should mean, in my opinion, is that everyone should be given an equal opportunity to choose what they want to choose. Okay, no, don't force young men to play with dolls if that's not what they want to play with. Okay, you can give them options, but if Jordan Peterson's philosophy is right, it means that the girl will still go for the doll, and the boy will go for the more structured toys like cars, because of how they've been built psychologically. And that's why I personally say that men and women can never be the same, because we were never created the same. It's so obvious, from our biological makeup to the way we think to our emotions. Everything about us is just very different. So men and women will never be the same. Should they be given equal opportunities? 100%. Give someone the opportunity to decide what they want to do with their lives, the decisions that they have to make, but don't force them. Don't force women to be like men, and don't force men to be like women. And actually, one of the very bad, English ilikuja na meli, but what's the word I'm trying to use? One of the major consequences of feminism and pushing it on men and women is that this is what has happened. Women are being pushed more to be like men, and men are being pushed more to be like women. So now we're talking about the feminine man, man who wants to be taken care of by the woman, the feminine man who wants to sit at home and not go to work, the feminine man who is wimpy and he's a sissy, he's not strong, and no woman wants that kind of a man. And we have the masculine woman who wants to go there, who's aggressive, and who is just talking her mind and doing the most. And men don't want to be with a masculine woman, and so you're finding that it's getting harder and harder for people to actually find good spouses, and for them to settle down, and for them to live in peace. And that's why there's a lot of divorce, because the way God created us is that women should be feminine and men should be masculine. And that is what the society, before all this propaganda and this movement started, that men were created to be masculine, and they were also raised to be masculine. Women were created to be feminine, and they were also raised to be feminine. So anyways, those are my thoughts, but just wanted to have a chat with you guys. Hoping you're doing well. As always, keeping God first. I even love going back to school, because it's just stimulating my mind and making me feel like I want to think, I want to gain knowledge, I have a voice, I want to have a say where it matters, but have an informed say. Okay, not just a say, but an informed say, a say that will actually make a difference. Anyways, that's it from me. So guys, see you later. Bye.